Hi and welcome to this video. Today I'll be showing you the peanut jig from Intelligent Fixings. The jig can do all these type of components, your peanuts, dowels and a loose tenon. Today in the video I'll be showing you some of the features and how to do some of the components. So with your peanut jig, comes in this nice nylon carry case. Inside you have an accessory bag. Inside this bag you have your 6mm drilling bush, 6mm drill and stop kit, 4mm Allen key, 4 fixing bolts, we also have the router guide bush. This is designed to go on a sub base plate. Comes with an instruction manual. This shows you how to do a peanut connecting join, a dowel and a loose tenon. Here you have your fence and the main body. Inside the main body you have your 4 inserts. Here you have the inserts, you get 4 inserts. So with the insert it does the slot for a tenon and a peanut slot. It has an indicator to show you which way to do the peanut slot, and it has a notch at the bottom that shows you where the peanut slot will end, and that will also show you where the peanut will go. So it has these 4 jigsaw piece shapes which go in the jig, so it can go in 4 ways: this way, 2, 3 and 4. This allows you to do slots this way and this way. So they simply fit in nice and snug, and you can put them anywhere along your main jig body. These are also designed to fit your drilling bush. So this is a 6mm drilling bush, so this will be your peanut 2 and it will do a 6mm dowel. It also takes the 30mm router bush. This is the jig fence. This can be fitted in 3 different positions. A 45, the 90 degree has an offset which allows you to do a 16 to 22mm panel or a 22mm panel and above. It simply fixes through the main body using the 4 fixing bolts into the inserts and you form the Allen key. Okay, so I'm going to show you a basic router setup. We will do a more detailed video on this at some point. So I've got my peanut cutter in there already, 1/2 inch. I've got my sub base plate on and I've put my guide bush on. So I've made sure all the stops are out of the way and the base plunges in. Then using a depth gauge on the main jig body, simply on the base, press it up to the peanut cutter, lock your router off, then you need to set your stop, lock that off, and your router's ready to go. To set up your drill bits, use the 2 markers on your main body. For your peanut 2, use your 6mm drill bit. You slide the stop onto the drill bit, slide the tip of the drill up to the marker, push the stop against the edge of the body, using the Allen key, just lock it off. For the peanut 2 short, use a 5mm drill and stop, exactly the same as the peanut 2. Use the gauge and the Allen key, just lock it off. And they're ready to go. Begin by clamping the workpiece to the bench. Now mark a centre line. Then clamp your jig to the workpiece, aligning it to the centre line. Place your inserts in the positions that you would like to route your peanut slots. Route the slots, ensuring a smooth routing motion down, across, back and up. On the opposite end of the workpiece, once again mark your centre line and then clamp your jig. When working on the opposing end of the workpiece, make sure to switch around your inserts and route the slots in the opposite direction. Finally, clean up the workpiece by vacuuming the sawdust and making sure the slots are clear. When machining through mid-panel, remove the fence, mark a centre line where you would like your slots to be located. Align your jig with the centre lines and clamp. For larger panels where you are not able to use clamps, use the fixing holes to screw the jig to the workpiece. The screw holes made will be hidden once you connect your panels together. Once the jig is securely clamped, begin routing your peanut slots. Make sure your inserts are positioned in the correct direction. Once completed, tidy your workpiece by vacuuming the dust. When inserting the peanut tube into your 6mm hole, use a hammer to knock the components all the way in. Then insert a 3.5mm screw, in this case our screws are 50mm in length. Be careful not to over tighten the screw. Assembling your furniture with the peanut tube is a simple and easy process. Line the peanuts up with the slots and use a hammer to ensure that your pieces are nice and flush. Depending on the application, if you would like a more permanent fitting, you can also apply glue to the joints. In this cabinet, the back will hold the panels in place. If you would also like to adjust the tightness of your joint, you can do so by adjusting the screw tightness. Start by clamping your workpiece to the bench. Attach your jig fence to the body in the 45-degree position. Align the jig with your centre lines and then clamp the jig securely to the workpiece. Place your inserts into the position you would like to route your peanut slots. Then plunge the router down, across, back and up in a smooth motion to create the peanut slots. Vacuum the slots to clear all the dust. When machining your peanut slots on the opposite end of your panel, make sure to reverse your insert positions. As we are going to be using the peanut too short for our 45-degree joints, we will switch to using the 5mm drill kit, as the peanut too short requires a 5mm hole. Place the drilling bush in the insert, making sure the bush lines up with the insert notch, then drill using the 5mm drill bit. With the peanut too short, you should be able to simply push them into your 5mm hole. Then insert a 3.5mm screw. In this instance, our screws are 30mm in length. Make sure to always check the length of the screw is appropriate for the workpiece you're working on. When building a mitered cabinet, carefully line up the two panels and push together. When you are looking to use dowels with your peanut jig, you have the options to produce either a 5, 6, 8 or 10mm hole, depending on which drill kit you have. In this case, we are using the 6mm drill kit. Start by setting the drill stop to the required depth, then mark a sensor line and clamp the jig in position. Place the inserts and use the drilling bush to drill the dowel holes, making sure the drilling bush lines up with the notch on the inserts. When drilling the opposite end, mark a sensor line and there's no need to flip the inserts. When end drilling the dowels, mark your sensor line on the edge of the panel and clamp using the fence. Always make sure you reference from the outside of the panel to get a nice flush finish. Knock the dowels in with your hammer, ensuring they fit all the way in, and add glue if required. When building the unit using dowels, you will need to glue and clamp the unit or use an extra fixing to hold the cabinet together. When marking your centre line for a loose tenon, it's best to offset it by 5.5mm. This allows for the offset of the insert. Make sure the workpiece and jig are firmly clamped, then position the inserts. We recommend using a spiral upcut router bit. Once again, maintain a smooth routing motion when producing the loose tenon slots. Repeat the process on the opposite end and make sure to rotate the inserts. When routing the edge of the panel for the tenon slot, mark a line on the edge of the panel and don't forget to offset the line 5.5mm. Make sure the jig is well clamped to the workpiece using the fence. Always reference from the outside of the panel for a flush finish. When routing your loose tenon slots on the edge of the panel, make sure you are comfortable using the router. Here I've shown two different ways. Push or glue in the loose tenons depending on the cabinet construction. If using loose tenons to construct your cabinet, it's best to glue and clamp the unit or use an additional fixing, depending on if these can be visible or not. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave in the comments. For more information, visit our website. Thanks for watching.